Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ali Mohammed Bala with matriculation number 25117024000001, Department of Security Studies, Civil Military and Security Relations. Course title is Introduction to Homeland Security. Course code MSS 817. And our topic for seminar of today is the question to the seminar for today is evaluate the effectiveness of Nigerian disaster preparedness and response framework within the context of homeland security. Nigeria disaster preparedness and response framework. We have the following under that, which include: 1. Nigeria is highly vulnerable to disasters such as floods, droughts, epidemics, and industrial accidents, which threaten lives, infrastructure, and national security. The second one is to address this, the government established NEMA, that is National Emergency Management Authority, and adopted the NDMF, which is a National Disaster Mitigation Fund, and shifting from reactive response to a multi-hazard resilience focused system. Then the third is the NDMF outlines prevention, mitigation, preparedness, response, and recovery rules across federal, state, and local government levels. The fourth point is while well-designed, its implementation faces challenges including poor coordination, limited state capacity, funding gaps, and political constraints, reducing its overall effectiveness. Definition of disaster and disaster management. A disaster is a sudden event that causes major loss of life, property, and environmental damage, often overwhelming local response capacity. Then, in Nigeria, disaster, whether natural or human-induced, disrupts society, threatens livelihoods, and can impact national security. The UNISDR in 2015 defines disaster as a serious disruption causing widespread human, economic, and environmental impacts, which could be negative, or most of the time negative. Disaster management refers to organized efforts to prevent, mitigate, prepare for, respond to, and recover from disasters. It involves continuous risk assessment, planning, and coordinated action. In Nigeria, disaster management has shifted from reactive approaches to a structured system under the NDMF, emphasizing preparedness, mitigation, and resilience building. Types of disasters in Nigeria. 1. We have natural disasters. 2. We have man-made disasters. Under the natural disaster, 1. In Nigeria include flood, droughts, desertification, erosion, and epidemics, as defined by Olorun Toba and Aina in 2020. 2. Frequent flooding in the Niger Delta and Lagos causes displacement and economic losses, while drought and desertification in the north threaten agriculture and food security, as prescribed by Ogbonaya and Akinola in 2018. These hazards highlight the need for early warning systems and resilient infrastructure. Types of disaster in Nigeria continued. Man-made disaster. Man-made disasters include industrial accidents, oil spills, pipeline explosion, building collapses, terrorism, and armed conflicts, as defined by Akinola 2019. Oil-producing areas suffer severe environmental impact, while urban centers face fire outbreaks and structural failures. Terrorism, especially Boko Haram in the northeast, links human-induced disasters to broader homeland security concerns, as defined by Ade Milui and Ojo 2021. Theoretical perspectives of homeland security and disaster preparedness. Homeland security in Nigeria focuses on protecting the nation from natural and human-induced threats. The risk theory framework emphasizes identifying, assessing, and prioritizing risk to reduce national vulnerability. All right. For Nigeria, this involves early warning systems, disaster preparedness theory stress, proactive planning, community involvement, and resilience. The comprehensive emergency management theory outlines cycles of mitigation, preparedness, response, and recovery. Nigeria NDMF reflects this approach by institutionalizing policies. Disaster preparedness and response framework in Nigeria. Nigeria disaster preparedness framework has evolved to address the growing impact of natural and man-made disaster. It focuses proactive planning. The system operates through a multi-tier structure involving federal, state, and local government with defined rules, prevention, mitigation, response, and recovery. Although strong institutional policies exist, challenges such as inadequate funding, limited capacity, and weak interagency cooperation. Historical development of disaster management in Nigeria. Disaster management in Nigeria began as a reactive ad hoc system with communities handling crises independently and without formal federal structure. Major disaster in the 1990s exposed weakness in preparedness and highlighted the need for centralized coordination. The government created the National Emergency Relief Agency, NERA, in the late 1980s. This later evolved from the National Emergency Management Agency to NEMA in 1999, marking a shift towards structured proactive disaster management. Conclusion: Nigeria disaster preparedness and response framework driven by NEMA and the NDMF has shifted from reactive action to structured multi-level system that support homeland security. Although the framework offers a strong foundation, its effectiveness is limited by inadequate funding, weak local capacity, and poor interagency coordination. Strengthening local institutions, improving collaboration, and fully implementing risk reduction policies are crucial for building national resilience and ensuring disaster management contributes effectively to Nigerian homeland security. We have the references as listed below. Any question? Any contribution? So in the absence of question, I call it a day here. Thank you very much for listening.